I enjoy history and I enjoy ASMR, so I like to mix them together, usually with a delicious Texas beer. Today I'm drinking a Shiner Ruby Redbird. Whether you study Texas history or not, you may have heard of the Alamo, Davy Crockett, maybe Santa Anna, but have you ever heard of Juan Seguin? He's an often overlooked figure in the Texas Revolution, but he had a dramatic impact on the story of Texas. Juan Seguin was a Spanish-Tejano businessman, patriot, revolutionary, and a politician. He fought for independence for the Republic of Texas. He was the only Tejano to serve in the Senate of the Republic. He was a two-term mayor of San Antonio. He's also the namesake for the city of Seguin, Texas, about 60 miles south of Austin. He served as a political leader and a soldier for both Texas and Mexico, and both Texans and Mexicans at separate points in his life would call him both a hero and a traitor. The events of his life show us how complicated loyalty was during the history of early Texas, especially for Tejanos. Seguin was born in 1806 in Spanish-controlled San Antonio. He became active in local politics in his 20s and was later elected alderman and then mayor of San Antonio. In 1835, the Battle of Gonzales kicked off the Texas Revolution. Seguin led a company of Tejanos in the successful Battle of Concepcion. Retreating Mexican troops fled from there to San Antonio, where the Siege of Bear began. The Texians soon drove the Mexican army from San Antonio and fortified the Alamo mission there. But in February of 1836, Santa Anna laid siege to the Alamo, which the Texians had made a base of operations. Seguin served at the Alamo throughout the 13-day siege, but he was not present for the final attack by the Mexican army, in which all defenders were killed. He instead was chosen to courier the final letter from the Alamo through enemy lines to the commander-in-chief of the Texan army, Sam Houston. Seguin and the other Texian troops were eager to engage the Mexican army to enact revenge for the fall of the Alamo, but Sam Houston instead led his army away from the Mexicans, waiting for the right moment to strike. This is called the Runaway Scrape, where Texan families in the direct line of Santa Anna's invading army scrambled to flee from the advancing Mexican troops. Seguin's cavalry company acted as a rear guard for the Texan army, providing protection for fleeing Texas families. The Texan army finally attacked Santa Anna in April of 1836 at the Battle of San Jacinto. Seguin's unit was the only Tejano unit to fight in that battle, and he was the only commissioned officer to fight at both the Alamo and San Jacinto. Seguin accepted the formal surrender of Mexican forces on behalf of the Republic of Texas on June 4th, 1836. He continued to work as a politician under the Republic of Texas. He was responsible for identifying and then reburying the remains of the Alamo defenders. He served as a Texan senator, the only Tejano to do so, and he fought tirelessly for the rights of Tejano citizens who were rapidly becoming a political minority. But when tensions rose between the existing Tejanos and the newly arriving Anglo settlers, Seguin's loyalty was called into question. After a series of events that are a separate story in itself, Seguin was forced to flee with his family to Mexico in April of 1842. There he was captured and arrested by Santa Anna. He was then forced into serving in the Mexican army for 6 years, even entering Texas as part of the invading Mexican force. Seguin also served under Santa Anna as an enemy of the United States during the Mexican-American War. war ended in 1848, Seguin requested permission to return to Texas, and he began ranching in Wilson County, where his father lived. He continued to serve in local Texas politics until 1883, when he returned to Mexico to be near his son, who was the mayor of Nuevo Laredo. He died there in 1890. In 1974, his remains were returned to Texas and reinterred in the city of Seguin on July 4th, 1976. You can now find a monument of Juan Seguin brandishing his saber atop his horse in Seguin Central Park. The story of his life is a complex, often contradictory one. He was a man of his time who left a legacy of both good and bad deeds, as we all do. He was a brave man, and a man that we, as Texans, would do well to remember. Thanks for joining me for this bit of Texas history and a delicious Texas beer. Until next time, friends, I'll see y'all later.